On though, it is BBC Radio Merseyside. It's Helen in for Shawnee between now and midday. And my next guest is going to share with us a story about Liverpool, links with terraced housing. I'm sure many of you grew up in terraces and I'm sure many of you still live in them now. But we've also lost a lot of them to regeneration and new government housing schemes. A new play at the Unity Theatre looks at this very subject. Ghost Streets is what it's called, and it tells the story of one of Liverpool's ladies who won't be moved, budged even from her home, even when everyone else has gone. It's a story I'm sure some will relate to and identify with. The play has been written by Jessica May Buxton, who's joined me now in the studio to tell us more about, firstly, why is it called Ghost Streets?
Well, actually, it's quite fitting. I was reading a news report by the BBC, actually, and the title was Living in the Ghost Streets, and it was all about the people that have moved out and their memories and how the memories are like ghosts.
And the character, she's called Maureen, is it a real person or is it fictional?
It's fictional. It's all sort of historical fiction. So some parts are real, some bits are fiction, and it's all sort of intertwined together.
And you must obviously have your own opinion, Jessica, on the story where, there's been lots of debate about houses being knocked down to make way for new houses. Did you do a lot of research and visit streets of Liverpool to knock on doors and get reaction?
What I did was, the main thing is I came up here 9 years ago and I've seen so much change, good change, change that people are opposed to as well. But I think the main thing is driving down around sort of Edge Lane, around that area, seeing how much has changed. And that's what started me. That's what made me start thinking about it. And then talking to people and getting real life stories and putting them all together.
Are there other characters besides May?
Besides Maureen,
should I say?
Yes, yeah.
Getting your middle name mixed up with Maureen, the character. No. Too many Mays and Maureen.
Maureen, yes. There are. And what's interesting is actually Jackie Jones, our main character, and Jay Podmore. They play the different characters. So it's only two actors that play all the different characters on the street.
That.
Yes.
So it's all kind of the going backstage, putting a hat on, coming on something else and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
And for you, what have you learnt from it for being the writer? Was it a long process? Was it something that you learnt more than you anticipated?
Yeah, like I say, I think I've been thinking about it for 9 years and it's been in the back of my brain. And when I came to doing all the research about the Pathfinder scheme, I was kind of overwhelmed with all the information that I found. But I think more than that, more about sort of the political stuff and my views on it, I just wanted to have this Scouse voice come through. And when we did the scratch night at the Lantern Theatre, so many people thought that it was written by a Liverpudlian, so I was really, really glad.
So where are your roots from?
So I'm originally from Surrey, so I've been here for 9 years. I came up to go to LIPA and I've been here ever since.
Fantastic. And is this your first written piece of work? Have you done other performances?
I have done other performances. I work as an actor as well, and I've got a children's theatre company called the Bookworm Players, so I've written about 9 different plays with them, and I've written 3 different plays, but this is the biggest one that I'm really, really proud of.
And how does it go from being on paper to get to the stage? Has it been an easy journey?
Yes, I think I can say that. We're still not finished. We've still got a few more rehearsals to go, but I think I'm very lucky knowing so many brilliant actors to be working with Jackie and Jay. So what they've done so far looks amazing and I'm really, really looking forward to seeing it myself.
Is it comical? Is it serious? Is it a bit of both?
Bit of both, yeah. Everybody loves a bit of both. So, it's one woman's story and it's quite touching at times, and even watching the scratch night I had tears in my eyes myself.
Define a scratch night.
A scratch night is where the Lantern Writers Group, which I'm part of, we all come together. We'd written about 10 minutes of a play, we put it on, and then we have about 60 people in the audience that give us feedback and say whether they'd like to see it be put into a full production.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
And why is it called scratch?
It's just a way of trying it out, yeah.
If they start scratching, it means it's rubbish. That's it, we're leaving. Come on, get your coat. Right. And as a performer then, for you, who would you like to see those eyes looking back at the stage? Who is it aimed at? Is it people that have been moved or people that used to live in those streets? How would you get those to come to it as well at the Unity?
I think theatre should be for everyone. And I think in this day and age, sometimes it's still not, but I would love to see people that don't usually go, that recognise themselves in this story, just local people that want to see something that they can relate to.
And the idea, it has been lifted from that initial script through rehearsals and stuff. And it's part of this bigger platform. You mentioned LIPA. I mean, you must be so proud, Jessica, to kind of move up here and staged.
I am honestly really, really excited because I love acting on stage, but to be able to write as well, just any sort of creative vibe that I can get out there, it feels brilliant and amazing, and I'm so lucky to be
So
working
how come
with the
you're not
people.
starring in it as well?
Because I'm not Scouse. I was like,
Oh, that's right.
I can't do this. No, it's got to be local people, because that's who it's for. Like, I've had the experiences here, and I love living here, and I love the people in the city, but this is for them, really.
Do you think the play would carry elsewhere?
I think it would. Yeah, I really do think it would. I mean, the Pathfinder scheme that this sort of talks about happened all over the country. There are 9 different areas all over the country, so it is relatable everywhere.
And just to look at the background of the staging of it, this is part of the Lantern's new season of plays, because the theatre has closed its doors, but they're continuing, aren't they, to produce new plays. Just explain a bit more about that.
Yeah, well, I mean, that whole thing is really fitting as well, because actually the venue that the Lantern was in is going to be regenerated, so they've had to get out. So to be able to put this play on at this time means a lot, and to have their support to do that is brilliant. And there's lots of other shows that are going to be on this week as well. There's The Brink, there's The Lima Syndrome. We've just had one Most Unfortunate, which I was in last week as well. So it's really nice to see all my sort of friends doing so well too. And
those kind of paths crossing as well, isn't it?
Yes, yeah.
So tell us about then the venue, times, and when can people see the play?
So it's at the Unity. It's 8 p.m. and it's this Saturday, the 17th of September.
And tickets you can just get via the website from the box office?
Tickets, yeah, best to book on the day or on the website.
And it's Ghost Streets, and it's written by Jessica May Buxton. Jessica, a real pleasure to talk to you. There's nothing you don't do. I write it, I'm an actress. What's the kind of goal here as well, before I let you go? What would it be? What would be your real dream moment being a performer here in Liverpool?
I think everything I'm doing, honestly, I really do. It sounds really naff and a bit cheesy, but I really do feel like I'm living the dream, because I'm acting, I'm writing, I'm being able to work with such amazing people. And a big thanks to our director, Sam Erskine, as well.
Happy days. Jessica, it's a pleasure to talk to you today, and hope it's a huge success. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you so much.